This is Ruthie Rocks, Ruthie Allbrand, and it is show, what is it? 714. Oh, that's one of my lucky numbers, 7 and 14. Let me see. Let me do a sound check real quick. Yeah, it's weak. You can hear me. It's so glad to be back. I missed everybody for a couple days. It was weird. It's like, what am I doing in the mornings now? It was tough. It was tough. Anyway, I've got a new format. I did, instead of the show, I worked for you guys, and I did a new format. And I did the new format so that, let me get off of here for a second. There we go. I did a new format so that when you hand this to people, and so that perhaps you'll be more encouraged to handle it to people, because it's self-explanatory now. So what I did first, I'll tell you what I did, and then we'll look at the stats. The stats really haven't changed that much. So what I did is I added these sections, and you'll notice that I did take off the seller information, because I'm going to do a separate seller sheet. I know now you're going to have to carry 2 sheets of paper, but I think it'll be better for you. And we're going to start 2022 off with a bang, right? Okay, so the daily recap of Las Vegas real estate activity, and then days of available homes. So what we're telling them is this is what's going on today in Las Vegas, the available homes, the closings, what went under contract, and what was just listed. So now it doesn't feel, even when I describe it to you, it doesn't feel so overwhelming because it's in categories. And then we have 23 days of inventory. Yay. Yes. Well, we did list 39 homes over the holidays, so that wasn't too bad. Now, the second part of it is the month-to-date sales compared to the same month last year. So last December, we sold 3,198 homes through December 26th. And last year, we sold 3,379. And basically showing them that the sales are about the same. We're within 5 sales a day of last year. Interesting. We'll see what applied analysis has to say as to why that occurred. They may or may not say. And then the year-to-date sales compared to last year. Last year, we sold 49,880 homes. This year. And then last year, we sold 40,012. So for the year, we have sold hi, Frank. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I'm showing, you got a new picture. Wow, what's behind you? Can't make that out. Have to go see. So Frank, I'm showing we have a new format here on our MLS stats sheet, so that it's easier for people to explain when they're handing it out, and when people want to know what's going on with Las Vegas real estate. So we sold 138 homes per day average this year. That's awesome. Last year was only 109. Of course, we had the pandemic going on too. And then we're going to say, here's the quarterly recap of investor stats. So I break that down by quarter, and it says over here that, we sell about 45, 46 homes a day to investors. And now that's included in the total up here. I might want to put that somewhere. Over here, we say the single family homes valued under 400,000. And we're telling them that we just listed 8, and there's a total 493 homes under 400,000. So I broke that, put that over here. Then I did the interest, because I thought, gee, if I'm going to buy a home for $422,000, how much is it going to cost me? So now you can tell them what at this interest rate, this loan amount, the payment is $1,721, and that's principal, interest, and insurance, PITI we call it. So, I didn't put taxes in there, sorry. So that's principal, interest, and insurance. And then that gives them an idea of, I can tell you right now, the rents are going up. The rents are going up. So they need to live in the payment, not the price. Then down here, I gave the $1 million stats. We're still selling about four plus $1 million homes a day. And we have only 462 on the market. And we have sold in this year 1,579, which is twice as many as we did last year at 618. So that's really cool. And then down here, I said, what is your price range? And this is kind of like like you could say, well, this, I'm already saying it for you. And then, well, let me get, this is a kind of like a little hook to say, let me send you some homes. Let me let you know what's going on in the market, or whatever, you want to tell people. But I think that this is a much better format. It's clear. It's not so cluttered. And I'm going to do one for the sellers, and I'm going to put the home equity, and I'll find some other interesting stats to put on there as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So if you're just joining me, I was just explaining, and you might want to go back and watch from the beginning, the new format of the MLS stats sheet. And the whole purpose of this is for you all to give it to people that you meet on the street, or you meet in the coffee shop, or that you see in the grocery store, or someone that you're going to go meet with. This is a whole topic you can discuss, with relevant information to what's going on in real estate. And I keep saying Google's real estate questions, the top three are, what's going on in the market, is there a bubble, and what's going to happen in the future. So the future, you need to listen to bold predictions, because they really define in detail with their resources of what is going to happen in 2022 real estate, between the interest rates, the home prices, the inventory. It's all there for you. I haven't had a chance yet to create a small PowerPoint or even a little sheet that you can give out, giving all that information. Now, I did post in the group, the PDF of the bold predictions that he did the slides from. So you might want to download that as well. It's I forget how many pages, 10 or 11 pages, but I'm looking to condense it so that we tell the story shortly, succinctly, and relevant, not just to real estate agents to understand, but for your clientele to understand. All right, so that is that. Last week, we listened to Mari Smith talk about Facebook, and she had Facebook ads best practices, and the Facebook ads are now really different. Now, Kane and I quit teaching our Facebook class temporarily, because there were so many changes and we couldn't keep up. And the course needed to be brought up to speed with the new practices. So we'll be working on that now that we'll follow Lori's lead. I'm one of her VIP clients, and she's one of my mentors. And so she's going to mentor me a little bit before we give the class, because I want it to really be a really good class, because I see that Facebook's coming back up, in kind of slowed down there for a little while. I don't know if you felt that, but I did. But I think Facebook's going to take another, like a check mark. It's going to come back up, and it's still getting, what do I want to say? Facebook is still, of course, number one or number two social media platforms. But what they're doing, which I'm really excited about, is they are going to slow down putting ads in front of people. And I think that's going to help. They're going to taper off in 2022, so that the irrelevant ads won't be in front of people, is what I'm trying to say. So now we have some new targeting interests and ways that we can put ourselves in front of them when we do ads. So anyway, let me get on with what I want to show you today. So I have some screens to share so that we can get right on this. And I'm going to have to make sure that since I don't do this every day, I want to make sure that I do it right for you. Hang on. Why that happened? Hang on a second. Okay. So my screen, I'm going to share. I just want to make sure my audio is on. Okay. Whoops, not that one. I think this one first. Yeah, let me show you this one first. So this is Live in Las Vegas. This is John's business page. And I don't know if you're aware of all the landing pages that we have on Agent Formula, but you can make landing pages very easily with Agent Formula, or you can use the ones that we have already created. Now, I checked out, I think the cheapest landing page application out there that I could find was $49. And it really didn't have all of the features that we have, or all of um, the ease and the CRM behind it like ours is. So, what I wanted to show you today is the difference in some of Facebook's features, the new features. So now I have had this particular picture pinned since. Um, see if I can make sure you. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I don't see that you can do that. Come on, Faith. Come on, come on, come on. So let's see why it's not working. Hold on, please. Probably because I didn't put it here. Did I? Oh, there's Jimmy. Oh my gosh. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Jimmy. Can I hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, Christmas is over.
Yeah, it's time to go back to work. I know.
Oh, Lord. You mean you didn't work for a couple days?
Not for a couple days, I didn't.
That's good. That means you're all refreshed and ready for the new year.
I'm ready to go for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Were you watching the whole show, or did you
I
just?
just know you're going to talk about landing pages and the new features from Facebook and different apps that are out there.
Yeah, so I wanted to show you real quickly, and for anybody who just joined, I changed the format of the stat
Stats.
sheet, and
Okay.
I took the seller information off, and this is all relevant to the market, and I put captions here so people know, what to tell. I want to make it easy for agents to use this. And it says here daily recap of Las Vegas real estate activity and the days of available homes. And we have 23 days of available homes. So that kind of categorizes this section. And the next section is the month to date sales compared to last year. And then they can recite that. We're selling 125 homes month to date. Based on last year, we were selling 130 in December. Then year to date, the year to date figures, we're selling 138 homes per day. Last year, we sold 109. And then the quarterly recap of investor sales. So over here, I put the $400,000 homes available and just listed. And then here, Jimmy, I put the price of the median home. And then if your interest rate right now, it's 2.875 with good credit scores. And then when you go down here, it tells what the loan amount is, what the monthly payment is, principal, interest, and insurance. And it's very close to what the rents are. So live in the payment. And then down here, I just talked about the $1 million homes. So I kind of rearranged it to where I thought people's interests were going to be. Like they can go, in my way of thinking, you can go across and then down on the right-hand side, you can go across, down on the left-hand side, and then slide over to the right column. So hopefully this will help. And then down here it says, what is your price range? And I put various price ranges as like a hook or a little opener to say, are you interested in buying a home? So anyway, I think that's going to help. And then I'm going to do a separate seller one that is describing a little bit about the market and things that are trending that people are asking about real estate on Google. So anyway, yeah, I did a little work over the weekend. And then today I was going to show a little bit about Facebook since we watched Lori last week. And for some reason, my screen didn't work. So I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me. I love it when you're here because I always need help. Okay, show this in the screen. Now, if I go over here, I need to know. Okay, I'm going to hide you and hide me. I'll show myself down here. Whoops, down here. Okay, so now hopefully you can hear me. I'm testing. I'm going to mute Jimmy's background noise. There we go. Now it works. Cool. All right. Okay, so what I want to do first is show you all some of the new things that Facebook is doing. So let's make my screen a little bigger. Let's see. Some of the new things that Facebook is doing. So make my screen a little bigger. I've had this pinned. This is the search for Las Vegas homes, and I've had this pinned since September. And lately, what's happening is I have gotten more engagement, 9.3 times higher than before. And this is some of the new things that Facebook is doing, which is, it's really great. And I've got engagements. Now, when you look at those engagements, landing page views was 144. And let's see, view results. Let's go over here. It was shared twice, and we've got, let's see, results. Here we go. Hopefully this is showing up on, let me wait till it changes so I can see it. There we go. So I spent $70 and I got 169 engagements. They linked on the picture and went to the website, and the landing page got 144 views, and then the web content views was 138. So what they're doing is they're saying, okay, you had 162 people that actually went to the website, and of those 138 people were interested. So I think, you know, that's pretty awesome. And then down here, it tells you what age bracket and what gender. So 70% were women and 12% were men. And so locations, let's click on that. Of the views, 1,862 were in California, no kidding, right? Which is really cool, and 187 were in Nevada. So you're getting some new metrics, and you're getting better. You're being able to see more what your engagement is. Let me go back here. Trying to talk and navigate Jimmy sometimes for me is hard. Let's see. It's going back. Hang on, everybody. Go back. Come on, go back. It's not going back. Okay, that's fine. Let's go here. Okay, that's the results. Please go back. Here we go. Okay, I think it's doing it. Just slow. Hang on. There we go. It's coming back. So that's one thing that I wanted to tell everybody, show everybody. And 9 times 2 higher distribution. That is what that's not me. That's what Facebook is doing. They're putting us in front of more people who are interested in homes, basically. So what I did is, I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. I posted a landing page. Come on, can you see what I'm doing? Come on, Facebook. Let's see if it's showing it to you. This is always so much fun because you do it live. It's sharing. Come on, it's not sharing. So let me go over here and I will make it share that page. The screen, got a Chrome tab, and I think it's this one. Yes, okay. Share that one. Okay, so now over here, we'll show this one and we'll hide this one. Don't you just love it? Okay, hide this one, fix it. All right, so now I want to show you the landing page. Okay, not that one. We're here. Okay, sorry, everybody. Love your patience. So this says, beautiful Las Vegas homes, $400,000 price range, live in the payment, cheaper than rents. And then I have some hashtags there. And so when they click on this picture, it takes them to a landing page. But what I want to show you first is that when I went down here, I did one down, down, down. Hopefully you can see me doing this. I did 800 to 900 and I got much more engagement. So what that tells me is that there's more people interested in higher priced homes with the target area. And I targeted this to Los Angeles County, not the city of Los Angeles. And that's a new distinction that you can put on your boosting. So I just did this morning at 7 o'clock. So we'll see as the day goes on, but it should get more and more engagement. And the big ticket here is that the price point is the higher price point that's getting better engagement than the lower price point. So if we go here, I tried one in Vegas too. And Vegas isn't getting that much. Only 3 people were reached, but 10 people in California. I sent this to California. So there's a lot of new things going on in Facebook. Now, I created my landing page out of my Agent Formula lab, and I did it for Red Rock. It says $1 Million Homes in Red Rock Country Club in beautiful Las Vegas. Click the picture to see all the available homes in Red Rock. And then I did the hashtags. I didn't boost this. And I got more reach here and engagements than even with the landing pages. Why? Because of the beautiful picture. So again, I'm doing some testing so that we can update our landing pages. I created this landing page, everybody, in 15 minutes in the lab. It doesn't take long at all. You put your verbiage in, you put your picture, and then you say where you want to go. And then when it clicks, it goes to the agent, your website for homes that are in Red Rock. So it totally does that. So if I do that, I don't know if you are going to see. This is my landing page. And you're not probably going to see that unless I go here and do it. Yeah, so when you click the picture there, it goes to the landing page I created for Las Vegas and for Red Rock. And then when you put their email address in there, that's the landing page, you capture their email address, then it automatically goes to the homes in Red Rock on your website. So it just totally goes right there. And that's really important. It's really important. Let's see here if yeah, that's it here. And let me go back here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hang on. Everybody's hanging on me this morning. Okay, we're going to show this in the stream and I'll put this one down. So what I'm showing you is that when they click on this picture, it goes to this landing page. So let me hide this so you can see it. It says live in Red Rock community. Now let me run over there and show you. So when they scroll down, it says enter your email, get home details. When they enter their email, okay, we have a CAPTCHA in there because we don't want your website getting all kinds of mountains or hills. This is showing you what the consumer goes through. So just so you know. Okay, and it takes you, and I don't know if you can see it. Hang on. Yes, you can see it. Okay, it takes you right to your website and the properties, the $1 Million homes that are in Red Rock Country Club. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there you are. And I can see it on my screen, but I can't see it on Facebook for some reason. Anyway, good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Kitty. Yeah, so it takes the consumer right there. Now, where'd Jimmy go? There's Jimmy. Okay. So Jimmy. So I just showed them the difference between a $400,000 boost and a $900,000 boost. 800 to 900. People are interested in the more expensive homes in Los Angeles County. And again, to reiterate, I did the two as a comparison. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're very quiet. So
Okay. Yeah.
I did it as a comparison to show people, there's new features in Facebook, and they're increasing the distribution, and you have more targeting to do. And that's one of the things that Mari Smith was saying last Friday is if your ads aren't working, if your boosts aren't working, it's because you're not producing the right product or targeting to the right people. So I'm doing some comparisons to show people what's getting better. I did 2 landing pages, one with a dog, and click here for your $400,000 homes. I did another picture with that dog. Click here to get your $800,000 homes, and then I did the homes. People click more on the picture of the homes. So if you're creating a landing page, like I did for this home, this is a $1 million home in Red Rock, I got the most engagement. And then they click on it and they enter their email, and it goes directly to their website, and it only shows them homes in Red Rock. So it's just, they get exactly what they want. And then you're not getting leads or phone numbers and things and emails of people who really don't want that. So it's just narrowing down. It's kind of like the funnel effect without the funnel. I mean, funnels irritate the heck out of me. They say, oh, I'm going to give you something for $1. And then you click and then say, oh, here's another thing for 50 cents. And, that's a funnel, goes wide. Right. Yeah. But they drive me nuts. And they're not getting that much engagement like they used to because people were tired of them. So anyway, I'm real anxious this year to teach everybody how to create. I created that landing page in 15 minutes in the lab in Agent Formula. And I was saying that, the cheapest landing page site that I could find, that an application was $49. And of course, if you get your Agent Formula between now and the end of the year, it's $59 for a year. And we give you 6 free CE classes. So we still have that special going on. I mean, you get so many things for so little money because we've been in business 11 years now, and we keep building, just like I was building this morning, building landing pages. So anyway, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to 2022. Are you, Jimmy?
I am. And I just have one question about what you just showed us. You said you posted something this morning and you got some engagement and you hadn't boosted it yet.
Right.
Right. So do you think you got that engagement because of how many followers you have, or was it just from Facebook?
It's probably both, because John has like 12,000 followers. Good point. Yes. Okay. But he promotes the page too. So it's a cycle, but he hasn't promoted it, I think, since September. So people are still following him because they like the information.
Right.
And Facebook is, the more people that follow you, the more people that Facebook puts in front of people because they think that it's an interesting topic. I mean, that's the whole algorithm. If people are interested in what you're doing, then Facebook's going to put you in front of more people, because then you get more exposure, and it's a better experience for the people because they're getting things they want to see. And also, Jimmy, Facebook I did boost one of those, and I'm anxious to see what happens. Facebook has some new targeting. The HUD, the Fair Housing, made us reduce like most of the effective targets. Now they've got house hunting, they've got real estate, they've got first-time home buyer. So they're giving us, segmenting the real estate market into categories so that the people get what they want. So they've gotten around what we used to be able to do is say, I only want people who make $100,000 to $200,000 a year, but you can't do that anymore because of fair housing. I guess that's, and you can't do age anymore, but I think they're getting around that, by the new categories of interest. So exciting things going on with Facebook in between now and, the foreseeable future. So I
have one theoretical question. You advertise a specific home in a specific neighborhood. If you, and let's say you get 11 hits on that they know exactly what they're looking at. Is that better to promote that than promote your website? Because if you promote your website, you might get 1,000 hits, but of those 1,000 hits, maybe less of them will be good because the website's more generic.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So targeting. That's what Murray said. That's what you're saying. Really target.
Farming,
Get less hits,
farming,
but better. Yeah.
target. It all blends with me, right?
Yeah.
Get that neighborhood, then go out there and target for people who want to live in that neighborhood. I mean, I would rather have one lead that wanted to buy a home than 1,000 that were just looky-loos.
Right. Right.
So that's the importance of targeting.
Yep. That's the message. I want to make sure I had it right in my head.
You do, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on with you, Jimmy? What's going on? We don't have a class for what, the 10th, I think?
I'm just laying out I'm laying out the year and figuring out who I need to interact with over the next week for their year.
That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you use? Do you use I made my own little sheet of what I like. This is what I want to do today. Okay. And then I left myself a lot of lines because when I wake up in the morning, I have other things to add to it. But I'm going to start being more organized because all the daytimers out there, they don't really follow the way I think. So I thought I'd just do my own.
Good idea. Yeah. I use my accountability partner. I try to report to her what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to do and what I got done and that kind of stuff. So that's as organized as I get. Do
you write them down at all? Or
I send her an email. No, I just send her an email.
Yeah,
and I know what I emailed her, and then so they are written down, but they're written on a email to her.
Well, my other thing about this is I'm going to get a notebook and I'm going to put it in, make my own daytimer so that I know what I didn't do.
And you know what you got done too.
Yeah, because I know there's things on this list I'm not going to get done today, but that's okay. I just put them on for tomorrow. At least I keep a running list of what I have to do. I think that's my thing with the daytimer. I like to type it in and move things around myself because I'm pretty fast on the computer. So, it doesn't take me any time to do it. I think I did this in like 5 minutes. So, yeah. And then as I'm doing it, I'm being creative. I listened to Chris Voss. Chris Voss and Tom Ferry did their podcast. Did you listen to it?
I haven't listened to it yet. I knew he did it with him, but I haven't done it.
Yeah, I got halfway through it. It's a long one. It's like longer than 30 minutes. So, but anyway, one of the things that Chris Voss was saying is that when you write things down, there's something different that happens between that exercise and your brain, and it releases creativity versus people typing. Mm-hmm. I'm just the opposite, I think. But one thing he did say that I do believe in, when you do a class, Jimmy, I don't know if you ever noticed, but I'm taking notes, not all the time, but I mean, every class I take notes of things that I want to remember. Now and then it's in my brain, and sometimes that triggers other things. So Chris is right to an extent, but for me, for my own self, this is more effective because I'm doing this for me. This is between me and my mind, I guess, whatever that means. Right. But yeah, versus what you're saying, and I'm writing it down. I do believe that I connect more when I write down. Like, how many times have you told us what the seven highly effective habits are by Steve Covey, right? I still have to look back and review them, but I know I wrote them down in March. I remember that. So I go back, flip my book back to March, and there they are.
Well, I think it's great you have a binder because it not only tells you what you have to do, but it also tells you what you got done. And the reflecting I did this last week, talked a lot about being grateful for the things you did get done. Unless you have a track record, unless you've written them down, you forget all the stuff you did.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of your goals for 2022? I'm trying to get away from the word goal. What are your plans for 2022?
I'm about done with them. I'll send you a copy when I'm done, and you can look it over. You can critique it. You can evaluate it and say, hey, this is good. What about this or whatever.
Well, hopefully everybody has started doing that, and we've got a few more days to get it done.
Yep,
And
I'm working on it
yeah,
today. It's this week.
yeah. So I want to just say 3 things. People need to plan for 2022. They need to get a farm if they don't have one, and they need to refine their database. And everybody
Yep.
should have those as something they're going to do over the year. It's not going to happen overnight. But those are the things that are really, really important. Planning. And then, like you said, figuring out what you did and you didn't do. So important. So important. And the Chris Voss, he I'm going to have to listen to that podcast several times, and I invite other people. So if you go on Tom Ferry podcast, it's the last podcast he did, I believe. And but you have to listen to it more than once. Chris Voss just speaks volumes in a second, volumes of information so succinctly, but there's so much context and content in what he says in that short period of time. So lost myself. So you've seen Chris Voss in person, right, Jimmy?
He was at Tom Ferry's. Yeah, he was one of the keynoters at Tom Ferry. Yeah, I've seen him. Very good.
I'm going to ask you questions. I got to get you talking today. What do you think is going to happen in 2022 in real estate?
Well, the demographics are pushing the market, and their demographics aren't going to go away. Even if interest rates go up a full point, I don't think that's going to impact us that much, only as far as leveling off the appreciation. But we're going to sell a lot of units this year. I don't know how the builders are going to keep up. I mean, their builders are already way behind. So I don't know. It's going to be very competitive for buyers still. That's what I think. $1 million houses are going to keep going up. It's easy to predict what has just happened. That we have a tendency to predict the future based on what just happened, and that's a bias that we have built into us. Because it happened, we think it's going to happen again, and that may or may not be true. I'm listening to a book right now called Think Twice, and he talks about some of this stuff about how you're evaluating stuff, and I'm only just starting it. So when I get done with it, that's why I'm not done with my goals. I'm going to listen to this book first and then adjust my goals. So that's what I'm working on right now.
That's a great methodology to do it that way. Great methodology. Well, Jimmy, I'm just so happy that you're here today. I don't want to let you go.
Well, I'll be here tomorrow. I think I'm pretty sure I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, super.
And you posted your stat sheet to your site?
I think
to your
so.
group?
Oh, that's
Okay.
the other thing, a new Facebook feature. I can post, I did it last night to schedule it for 9:00 this morning. I couldn't schedule before. Now I can schedule. I'm like so jazzed about that. Now I can do my stats at night instead of at 5 in the morning.
Well, I'm excited to see the new format. I'm excited to see it. I'm looking forward to pulling it out.
All righty. Well, I'm going to double check it. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Jimmy will be here. So